Today we talk about alternatives to carrying firearms. We also find out that the pen can be mightier than the sword. So here are some of the possible alternatives to carry a concealed pistol. Have your tactical pen right here. This has a DNA catcher. It's pretty rough, like a molar in your mouth. It'll pick up skin. You have the pen itself with which to write. And you can use it as a stabbing implement that way, or turn the cap and put it over the pen, and it's also tapered on this other end. Okay, here you see it tapered on the other end. It's a stabbing implement. Hit the eyes, the neck, the ribs, basically anywhere. This little number here, these tactical pens are legal to take on airplanes. I've taken them on airlines before. Gotten right through TSA. In fact, I was in Chicago, and the TSA screener asked what this was, and I said it was in the bin. What is this? And I said, it's my pen. And she goes, oh, that's interesting. I've never seen that before. No. But even El Al, the most secure airline in the world, allows tactical pens on their flights. So it's a very inexpensive. You can get them for anywhere from $20 to $120, and some of them come with a point on one end or the other that's used for breaking glass. So that would be a good, like, for a law enforcement application. Others come with handcuff keys built in, or a flashlight on the end, or whatever. So you can get any number of things. I just like it basic, simple. You can hold it like this and stab however, and use it to write. It writes well. This is a composite. You've heard of a CIA letter opener, perhaps? Well, this is similar. I also have a dart. It's a triangle point blade. So this is non-metallic. Obviously it won't be picked up on a metal detector, but I wouldn't recommend trying to get this on an airplane, simply because you'll get in big trouble if they don't allow it. Whereas this, they allow it, and this is even metal. This is either, they can be made out of stainless steel or aluminum alloy. This one's aluminum, I believe. This is another composite. It fits right on your belt. Hold it in your hand like this. You can stab it with it. Makes for solid if you're going to punch. But then, of course, you can stab also. You can also hang it around your neck with this hole right here. Different applications. Another thing that's legal in most states, if not all, this is a folding utility knife, and it just takes a standard razor blade. I recommend, if you're going to carry any kind of blade or knife, it be, one, a folder, and two, that it be locking, not a jackknife or a pocket knife of some sort, but something that locks in place, so that if you have to use it for any major work of any kind, whether it be for self-protection or for utility, that you don't run the risk of hurting yourself or jamming, cutting something like your hand with the blade as you're prying down and it comes back at you. So this one is a Gerber. Pretty inexpensive, maybe $15 I believe, or $20. Locks in place. Has a serrated blade, which I prefer serrated. If you ever need a saw type blade. So it's all good all around. It has a nice point for stabbing, cutting, and sawing. Like that. And of course these come with clips so that you can clip them in your pocket or on your belt. I recommend them in your pocket, and then this clipped on the outside of your pocket so it's snug. And ambidextrous peg for opening with one hand, and then you close it by just moving that. There again, these can run anywhere from $20 for a Gerber all the way up to $300 for some of the top of the line ones. Then there's these. These you would go out into the woods, maybe hunting with, perhaps, but you wouldn't. These are military knives, both of them. This one's like a paratroop knife or something like that. Fixed blade. Yeah, real nasty. Meant for stabbing, beating, or hitting with this end and stabbing with that end. Same thing with the classic Marine Corps K-bar. Put it this way. The K-bar has the pommel, full tang, which means the blade goes all the way from there all the way to the end. So it's extra strength. Got your sharp point. There, your blood groove. So yeah, obviously these are meant for combat or meant for killing, and this is not something you would ever get away with walking down the street with. So if you're gonna need an alternative because you can't carry your pistol, you need an alternative thing to carry for as a self-protection tool, I highly recommend either the folder or the tactical pen or both. And then also this. I carry this one to church. Not that we have metal detectors at church, but it's just very lightweight. It sits in my suit breast pocket, so my inside pocket. This I clip into my waistband behind my belt, and sometimes I take this. I definitely take this when I'm flying, simply because then I have something a little more